Okay, so I want to talk about my goals for this episode. So, last few episodes, we've been doing a lot of combat related stuff or bossing related stuff or just like training for bossing. In this episode, I really want to focus more on skilling, although we may do some bosses as well. I want to see how high we can get that total level. So, there's going to be a lot of skilling content, and one of the first goals I have is to do Tears of Guthix. However, right now I don't want to do Tears of Guthix because it will give me construction XP, and I really don't want construction XP. I'd much rather have rune crafting XP. However, I'd have to get every skill above 84, basically 85, so that's not going to happen this week. So, because it's already reset, I think I'm going to try to get it on Herblore instead, so that shouldn't be that hard. I think the only skills we have to train are construction and prayer, so I'm going to mine here for a little bit longer, and we'll knock that out. I'm going to check the bank real quick. I went ahead and grabbed my Vrock plate body out. I have no idea how many runite bars we have, so let's go ahead and see. And I think it's in this tab. 631. That is actually a lot. If we make that into rune med helms, that's probably like 6 mil, maybe more cash, which is insane. It's far more than we've ever had. However, I want to get enough steel bars to get 92 smithing, because we look into the rune equipment here. It takes 1 bar to make a rune med helm, and at 92 we can make rune full helm, so it's 2 bars. That'd be basically twice as fast, because we'd be doing 2 bars at a time, and they out for basically twice as much, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to mine a bunch of steel bars, and then we'll knock that out. Okay, I'm a bit of a troll. I was hopping worlds trying to find a spot for iron with a rock golem pet, so I don't know if you know what that does. Like, let me take for example, right? So we're right here, and let's switch worlds. And let's just wait a second here. Come on, hop worlds. Now see, this guy's mining, and then my pet will just automatically walk out in a second. Boom. So he thinks that he's gotten the pet. It's a bit of a troll, I suppose. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny because, I don't know, I never expected to get that pet in the first place, but let's mine some iron. Okay, slight change of plans. I decided to get enough bars to go to 93 instead of 92 because the rune square shield actually helps for more than a rune full helm, so let's do it. And 93 smithing. Let's go smith those rune bars. Okay, coming up on the last inventory here, that's 94 smithing. And that's actually pretty much perfect timing. Let's look in the bank here. So we have 200 or 312 rune square shields, and I have 9 extra bars. I'm probably just going to keep those in case I need them for something, but also have a bunch of steel plates. And I just realized I actually still have a bunch of studded bodies left from when we made those a long time ago. I'm probably just going to keep those for agility. Same with the steel plates, but let's alcohol these rune squares. Okay, doing a quick birdhouse run. I have not done one in a long time because I meant to record it and I was lazy because it's about to be 80 Hunter. So 80 Hunter unlocks herbivores, which is definitely going to be useful later on for herblore training, so I'll definitely take that. Nice. Okay, so for construction later on, I'm going to need 2 bedrooms in my house so that I can get a butler. It's definitely going to help out, so I'm going ahead and building that real quick. And there's a second bedroom, and I think I have to have beds, so I'm going to go ahead and pop those in as well. Do I not have the items? Oh, I forgot the bolter cloth. Hang on. Okay, here we are. Let's go ahead and pop those beds in. And I'll just do these ones, I guess, because I think I have enough planks. So there's the first one. And there's the second one. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get that butler. Okay, so this should be it. And there we go. Awesome. It's been several days since I've claimed my miscellaneous resources, so we can definitely go ahead and do that. Collect resources. And I swapped the teak logs to mahogany because I'm thinking that that's going to be more construction XP, although it's going to cost more money. I still feel like it's worth it because now that we have rune, pretty much I could just mine that and get money pretty easily. So looks like a pretty nice amount of herbs and mahogany logs. I'll take it. Okay, so for later on in construction, I'm going to need a couple things, and I'm going to need 2 marble blocks and 5 gold leaves for a gilded altar as well as a servant's money bag. So oof, this is going to cost a lot. I currently got like 1.3 mil, so I'm going to buy 1, and I'm guessing the price increases. Yeah, 7k. Buy one of these as well. And I'm just going to exit out. Does it restock when I do that? Okay, cool. So I'm just going to buy one of each like this, and then exit out and repeatedly do this to save a little bit of money. So that's 3 gold leaves, and looks like 1 more. And there we go. So yeah, that costed quite a bit, but once we get to construction level, we'll have a gilded altar and we can train prayer as well, so that's pretty nice. Okay, I upped a few more rune squares, got some cash in here. I'll put the rest in the bank, I'll do this later, but let's go ahead and add in the servant's money bag real quick. And then I'm going to throw in, about 1 mil for now. And that should be good for a while, and also added in a bell pull over there. Okay, I just ran the math on like how many logs I have in a bank. And as you can see right here, I'm pretty sure there's about 2 mil cash required to turn these into planks. So I'm going to alch these for a bit, get about 2 mil, and we'll knock that out. Okay, real quick, I want to show you my plank making method. It's sort of adapted from the normal method in the normal game for like Ironman. So go to the bank, grab a full inventory of logs here, then teleport to the house. Then I'm going to run over here and pull this bell thing, or bell pull, whatever it's called. That's going to grab the servant. I'm going to hit 1 and 1 because I already asked him to make the planks before. And then teleport to Sears Village. Now, normally what you do is you teleport on a PvP world to Camelot, and that's really close to the bank. But this is also really close to the bank, and there's no PvP worlds on leagues, so got to work with what you can do or what you got. But what you can also do if you don't have, well, I think you have to have the bell pull anyway, is you can go to house options and then call servant. That might be faster, I'm not really sure, but I think it's less clicks to do that, and I'm kind of lazy, so let's knock this out. Up on the last inventory here, I have a little bit of extra logs. I'll probably just save those in case I need them for something, but I've noticed that there is one downside to calling the butler with this versus using the call menu. Because occasionally when you call the butler, let's say he's like right around this area where my mouse is, instead of teleporting to you like he just did, he'll actually slowly walk over to you, which is kind of a downside. But the advantage to this method is I can keep my mage menu open, this menu with the teleports open the entire time, and I don't have to swap menus. So like I run to the bank, I grab my logs, I escape out, and then just teleport back to the house repeatedly. So that is an advantage. Anyway, let's check over to the planks, or check how many planks I have. So 444 mahogany and 2600 teak. That should be a ton of construction XP. I actually calculated it out, I think. I'm not going to ruin it though, but let's get started on construction. The method I'm going to be using for construction training is making mythical capes. So this gives more construction XP per teak plank versus making like tables or something like that. So one gives me 5,920 XP, which is pretty crazy. I go ahead and make these, choose keybinds or whatever, and then once I run out of planks, I go ahead and talk to him and it'll give me more. So let's knock this out. We're starting out with 62 construction. Okay, just hit 70 construction, and that is base level 70s. Awesome. Okay, about to hit 75 construction here. And there we go. So now I can make a gilded altar. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, the time has come for the beautiful, beautiful gilded altar. Let's get rid of this oak piece of crap here. All right, there we go. And pop in the gilded altar right there. 35,000 XP for a single. That's crazy, honestly. It's crazy. Also, that's a task, apparently. Let's go ahead and put in the incense burner. I hope it does both of them because I'm kind of thinking I need to build them separately. Okay, good. All right. Perfect. Let's train some prayer. Okay, looking into the bank, I don't really have a ton of bones. However, I do have a ton of big bones. I actually may use those. I don't know, much AFK that or something, but I'm definitely going to use the dragon bones, the wyvern bones, and the Dagonoth bones. I'm probably going to save these superior dragon bones for anti-fires. I think you can make super anti-fires with them if you crush them later on to get the herb lore levels. So let's knock out some prayer training. Okay, let's light these burners real quick. I'm very curious to see how much XP we get for, let's see, a wyvern bone. How much XP is that? 4,032. That's crazy. I think a dragon bone's the same. Yeah. All right, let's knock this out. How much is it for a Dagonoth bone? Let's see. How much for a Dagonoth bone? 7,000. Insane. Okay, used all the bones, got the 77 prayers. So let's do Tears of Gothics here. How much XP is this? 127,000 herblore XP. Nice. Okay, so I decided to use some of the big bones I have as well, and that is 80 prayer. So a while back I got this spirit seed that I made into a spirit sapling, and I'm going to go ahead and plant it in Brimhaven, and hopefully it doesn't die because I'm not going to pay to protect. Anyway, I can use this because I have the mushroom directly to it once it grows, which is actually pretty close to this fruit tree patch right here, although I kind of just realized that the portal is like the same distance and I currently have my house here, so I don't know, maybe I'll find some other uses for it later, but I'll still take it. I mean, it's not too bad. Okay, so next up, I think I want to hunt down some herbivores. I've never done this, but it should be pretty decent hunter XP, especially with the 16x XP, and I can also get a lot of herbs, so let's do this. Okay, this should be 85 hunter. And there we go, look at that, 33,000 per herbivore, which is pretty crazy. I definitely need to get better at catching these though, but let's go check over the total loot. Okay, so this is the total loot from 33 herbivores. I don't think it's really too bad. I mean, 30 Guams, 2 Marantil, 1 Terramin, 1 Airlander, 7 Renars, 12 Irit, 13 Avanto, 13 Corum, 10 Cadentine, 3 Lantodime, and 1 Dwarfweed. So something I really need to do is make some skill necklaces. I went ahead and used the crystal keys I had in the bank. And I made 1 Amulet of Glory, and I'm going to make the rest into skills necklaces, so let's go ahead and do it. There's 1, and then there's 2, so let's go ahead and enchant them. And then I can teleport to the Mist Guild and fill those up with teleports. Okay, I went ahead and recharged them, and now I have a lot of different teleports I can go to. So I can go to the Fishing Guild, even though I could buy a Fishing Cape and kind of do the same thing. I go to the Mining Cape. The Mining Guild, sorry. I can go to the Crafting Guild as well, and the Cooking Guild. And I can't go to the Woodcutting Guild or the Farming Guild because those are on Zaya, but that's a lot of new teleports. I'm going to go ahead and take it to the Mining Guild. And one of the next things I'm going to try to work on is Prospector, full Prospector. You need it for the Falador Hard Diary, which means you need it for the Falador Elite Diary, and it's also a task in general, so I definitely should go ahead and knock that out. Now, I may not do it all at once because I feel like it's probably going to take a while, but I am going to stay here for a little bit. Okay, so I've been mining for a while. We are currently 94 mining. I think we started with like 92. Anyway, we should have enough nuggets now to purchase a... I'm going to go for the jacket or the top first. I didn't really want to because we have the Varrock top, and if we're mining like anything else, it would be better to use that because it has a chance to get us X2 ores. Like if we're mining iron, it'd be better to use that instead of the Prospector top, but it's the most expensive piece. I'm going to get that first, and we'll just keep going. Okay, just did a school random event, and this should be 85 rune crafting. And there we go, 85 rune crafting, nice. Okay, here with a bit of an update, we currently have the Prospector legs now as well, and I'm 97 mining, but I wanted to AFK for a little bit, so I started AFKing mahogany trees. I think I'm going to gradually start doing this whenever I want to AFK something, like till we get 200 mil XP, because I can use the logs in construction later on. We do actually still have a lot of planks for construction in the bank that I never used. I kind of stopped at 75. I'm definitely planning on doing that later in the episode though. But for now, let's get back to mining. Okay, just got the hat. I think I have like 2 nuggets in the bank and we need 30 for the boots, so we're real close. We're about to get 99 mining, so let's go ahead and get it. Oh, come on, there we go. 99 mining on the League's account. Beautiful. I'm definitely going to buy the mining cape. I don't buy all the skill capes, by the way, because I don't know, it's kind of a waste of money if I don't necessarily need it, but once I get the boots, if I remember, I'm going to go ahead and get that mining cape, so let's knock this out. Okay, we now have all the nuggets we need for the full Prospector set, and the funny thing is, I had 2 sets of ores in there, so 56 ores in there, and I put the 3rd set in, and I ran over here and only got 1 nugget, and I was like, okay, I need 3 more. There's no way I'm going to get that in that 1 inventory, so when I ran back to get the next inventory, I got 3, so I guess I got 3 nuggets in 1 inventory, and that is 30 nuggets now. And let me grab this other ore set here. And we can now purchase our final piece of the Prospector set here real quick. And there we go. That is the Prospector boots. We now have the entire Prospector set. Awesome. Okay, so if I equip this last piece of Prospector, it should be a task. And there we go. Only 100 points, unfortunately, but this should be a hard Falador task for entering the Mining Guild. So that's really the main reason I did this. I honestly wouldn't have done all that for 100 points. That probably took me like, I don't even know how many hours. It was a long time though. But we did get 99 mining at least, which is something. Anyway, I believe if I talk to this guy right here, we can get ourselves the mining cape. Can I buy a skill cape of mining? Okay then. And I have never had 99 mining, so this is actually pretty interesting. So pop that on. That looks pretty good with the Prospector. Awesome, that is awesome. So I think what this does is it has a 5% chance of giving you 2 ores when you mine an ore versus 1, which I guess in leagues would be 4 ores versus 2 with Endless Harvest. And I think that stacks with the Varrock armor. Unfortunately though, it only works up to adamant, so it does not work with runite, but if we ever mine iron for, I don't know, like smithing training, or maybe we go for 25 million mining XP, which I might do, not really sure. We have that in the pocket. You can use the Varrock armor as well, and I think if you use both of them, it's like a 15% chance of getting like 4 iron versus the 2, so that's pretty cool. But let's check the bank real quick, check the total ores we have. Should be this tab, yeah. So I have quite a bit of gold. I'm definitely going to get some goldsmith gauntlets and do that at Blast Furnace. And I also have a decent amount of adamant and rune, and to be honest, I feel like doing the rune on blast furnace isn't really going to be worth it because that's going to be a lot of coal and it's going to be pretty time consuming with that coal bag, and I'm definitely not going to try to get that. It's going to take too long. I think I'm going to do the adamant, and that's about it because I think adamant's going to be useful. I can make like adamant bolts and then also fletch those for fletching XP, and then make those into like ruby bolts or diamond E bolts, which is definitely like a nice upgrade over, say, broad bolts. So let me get my goldsmith gauntlets and we'll head over to blast furnace. Okay, I am unfortunately a little bit dumb here. Apparently we cannot get goldsmith gauntlets unless we have the deserts, so that means we can't get them, which is a little bit sad. However, I'm still going to make the gold at the blast furnace without the goldsmith gauntlets, although we're going to get way less XP. That's unfortunate. Okay, I think this is the last inventory I'm going to do, and let's go ahead and check what we have here real quick. So about 726 adamant bars. I do still have some coal, but I'm probably going to save that in case I need it for something. And a lot of adamant and runite and stuff. I didn't even use the runite or the mithril. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I can sell it to the shop or something, or I'll just keep it in there for now probably. But that's really not bad. We got, I think, one smithing level off of that. And I looked into it, and if we get a smithing cape, that actually works as goldsmithing gauntlets, I think. But I mean, we'll already be 99 at that point, but maybe it'll help for like 25 million XP if we go for that or something. So, I mean, it's something. Okay, just bought myself a bunch of chaos runes. It cost about $1 mil. What I'm going to do with these is later on I'm going to sell these for Toggle, and I'm going to try to buy uncut gems with them so I can get crafting up. But for now, I think I'm going to go back to mining while I still have the prospector set, because my plan is right now I'm going to mine enough steel bars so that I can get 99 smithing, along with the adamant bars that I have in the bank. And then after that, I'm probably going to sell the prospector set because I'm not really going to need it anymore. I mean, I guess it would help me to 25 million mining, but I think that would only save like maybe 20 minutes, so I don't really care. Anyway, if I sell it, I can buy a gem bag, and then like I said, I can buy the gems at the Tazar area and use those for crafting later on. So let's knock out some mining. Okay, currently mining some iron, trying to get those steel bars, and I looked into the bank and I have actually 76 of these minerals here, so I'm going to try to get to 120, and I can buy the superior mining gloves. And what that does is when you mine a rock, it's the higher tier rocks like runite and stuff like that. When you mine those, it has a chance to not deplete the rock, so for mining runite, that would be pretty big. Now, the downside to what I'm using right now is I have to use the Varrock plate body in order to, well, have a higher chance of getting double ores here along with a mining cape. And I think I can actually get 6 ores in one mine. I think I saw that happen once, but I'm not sure. But the downside is I don't get the prospector set effect, so that kind of makes the prospector useless, which is another reason to sell it. However, if you have the Varrock elite plate body, it actually does give you the prospector set effect if you have that. But to be honest, I'll probably just use that and then get rid of the prospector and go for the gem bag like I said before. But let's knock out some mining. Okay, this is about to be 4,000 steel bars. Alright, that should be enough for 99 smithing, I think, in the bank. However, I think I'm going to keep mining until I get 120 minerals, and I can buy the superior mining gloves. But I think I'm going to switch and try to mine some amethyst instead. And now I have the 120 minerals here. I was doing amethyst for a little bit, but it took way too long. I made some bolt tips out of it, so I'm actually curious how much fletching XP I'll get if I combine these broad bolts. 1700, not bad. About to be 81 fletching, unexpected level, but let's go ahead and get our superior mining gloves here. And there we go. I've never had these on like any account. I know this is leagues, but like still. So they match the prospector set, which I guess is kind of cool, but I don't know if I said this, but what they do is when mining a rock, it has a chance to not deplete it. I think these ones only work on, like, I want to say mithril, adamant, and rune. I know for sure it works on rune, which is nice. Like if I mine this rune rock, for example, I may not deplete it sometimes, and then I can keep mining it and get another one. Now I do plan on eventually getting Varrock elite armor, which would also give me a chance to get, I think, what is it? Oh, I'd be able to get 4 instead of 2. And then I could also not deplete the rock. So that'd be insane if I had that. But the problem with that is I need 90 herb lores. So it's probably going to be a while for that. But awesome. I will definitely take that. I just bought myself a ton of feathers. I got like 57,000 feathers. So once I make all these adamant bars into bolts, I can fletch those. And I may also cut a bunch of trees and make some arrow shafts and then make headless arrows. and then buy broad arrow packs for the Slayer Master and make broad arrows for 99 fletching eventually. I feel like I've been going and doing like a lot of random different grinds. I'm doing this to kind of make my content a little bit more interesting and to swap it around for me, because honestly it's more enjoyable than grinding something repeatedly, although there has been a lot of mining content. I mean, I'm like 17 million mining XP right now, which is pretty crazy, but let's get to smithing. Coming up on 99 smithing right now. Looks like two more. Yeah, two more. Here we go, one more. And there is 99 smithing on the League's account. Never had 99 smithing either, so that is definitely cool. I'll probably buy the cape when I actually have some gold ore and stuff like that in the bank, but nice. So currently in the bank I have like 7,000 unfinished bolts and 889 steel plates. I'll definitely out those later on, probably on agility. And I chopped earlier like 1,000 maple logs. Let's see, where are they? Yeah, I'm going to turn all these into arrow shafts later on and then make them into headless arrows. And then I need to buy the broad arrow packs and then attach those. And the crazy thing is, with 1,000 maple logs, if I cut all these into arrow shafts and do that, that's actually 99 fletching from 81, which is insane. But it will cost me about 3 mil, and I don't currently actually have the cash, so probably have to mine some runite in a little bit. But for now, I'm going to make all these bolts. Okay, unfortunately, a couple of my clips, well, I accidentally turned off my mic and I'm currently doing a voiceover, so anyway, I mined about 300 runite bars, and the good thing is now that we're 99 smithing, we can make rune plate legs instead of rune square shields. And if you look into how much each bar is worth after alching, so like if you make a rune square, it takes 2 bars, and you alch the rune square, that makes each bar worth 11.5k. However, for rune plate legs, that makes each bar worth about 12.8k. So that is 1.3k more per bar. And considering I have about 300 bars there, that's around 500k cash, so that's pretty awesome. Coming up on the last few alchs here are the rune plate legs I made, and I also bought all the broad arrowheads. It cost about 3 mil cash, which really isn't too bad. But anyway, now I'm going to knock out a few quests. So the quests I have in mind are Eagle's Peak. This unlocks like several tasks for us in the future. Also Cold War, that unlocks a few tasks and is a prerequisite for making friends with my arm, which I'm also going to do. And that unlocks a few teleports to farming patches, which is going to be awesome. And there is Eagle's Peak done for 40,100 XP. A Cold War done. That was actually a pretty interesting quest. I have not done that quest many times, and to be honest, it's pretty interesting. I like it, so nice. And there is making friends with my arm completed. Awesome. So we get some agility XP, which I think that got us 2 levels. We got some mining XP, some fire making XP, that's pretty useless, and some construction XP. So awesome, I will definitely take that. So this unlocks the Wheeze patch once we build the fire over there, which I'm going to do in a minute. And it unlocks a teleport there and a teleport to the Troll Stronghold patch as well. So that's really going to be awesome. Okay, mining some of this basalt or stone, whatever the heck it's called, to make fires and to make teleports to the farming patches. And I just noticed, I don't know how long this has been happening, but I'm wearing rune plate legs right now, not prospector legs. And I've been noticing that I don't think I've been getting the full prospector effect, and I think it might have been because I've been wearing rune legs, and somehow I just haven't noticed. I mean, they do kind of match, but like, I don't know how this like went unnoticed for so long. Okay, I think this is enough salt stuff to make a few teleports and build a few of these fire pits. Oh, I need a tinderbox. Hang on. Hopefully this time I have everything. Come on. Alright, there we go. No fire making XP yet again. Let's knock out the rest of these fires. Last fire built. I built the one at God Wars dungeon, the one in the giant mole lair, and then the one on Wheeze, which is right here. And that unlocks this herb patch right here. And for the rest of these, I'm going to make teleports with. Okay, I got about 36 of each here, and I do have a little bit extra. I think it's in, yeah, this tab. I'll probably save that for later. We're going to need like 1,000 of these to put it in the Nexus eventually, which is a task, but not going to worry about that right now. Let's use this teleport right here. This should be really close to the Troll Stronghold patch. Oh yeah, look at that. So previously I would have had to run rather from here all the way around here and then around there. It's honestly not worth it. I basically just didn't use this patch, but this is a nice unlock. Okay, unfortunately, that is where I'm going to have to call this the end of the episode. I just looked into the clips, and it's going to be kind of long, I think. But anyway, we got a lot of gains in this episode. We got all the way to 2,062 total levels, so I think we gained like 63 total levels, which is honestly kind of crazy considering how high we are getting in the total levels. I said total levels so many times, but you know what I mean. We got 99 mining and 99 smithing, which is awesome. I'll go ahead and do the emote. I don't think I've even seen the emote, actually. Oh yeah, I think I have. That's pretty cool. We got full prospector and these superior mining gloves. That's definitely going to help out. I think next episode's goal is going to be like the Varrock Elite plate body, if we can get that, because then we'd have a chance of mining 4 runite at once, which would be insane with the Trailblazer pickaxe. Be able to make some pretty sick money, in my opinion. And I know I said I was going to do construction this episode, and I think sell the prospector for crafting grinds. I think that's going to be just in future episodes and everything. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you're enjoying this series so far, it would mean a lot to me if you could add a like to it, as well as subscribe if you are not already. That's going to be it for me. This is SOF Jonah, signing out.